Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. We've got a great show coming your way. Stick around. It's coming up next.
FreshPatch.com is making dogs like me happy. They send out real grass pads for us to use indoors. Now when it's cold outside, I can go inside. And when I've used up the real grass patch, the mailman brings me a new Fresh Patch. It's the best idea since doggy treats. Convince your mommy to try it today. I suggest you try Puppy Dog Eyes. FreshPatch.com. Use promo code RADIO to save 10%. That's FreshPatch.com, promo code RADIO.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Monday, November the 5th, National Donut Day. Oh, donuts.
Donuts.
Also, National Love Your Red Hair Day, Color the World Orange Day, and Job Action Day. Also, we have a special guest joining us on the program. It's a Movie Star Monday. Our son was so excited. Our guest today is Greg Sestero. Now, there's probably people going, who? He was in a movie called The Room, and then now he's in a new movie called Best Friends with a guy by the name of Tommy Wiseau. And I'm super excited to visit with Greg Sestero. My son is so excited. He's going to sit in while I talk. And also, it's kind of a Friends week because we've got a person later in the week we're going to talk to about the book about the TV show Friends. So it's kind of fun. And his movie is called Best Friends. Also got a quote here today from Dennis Waitley. It says, "The winners in life think constantly in terms of I can, I will, and I am. Losers, on the other hand, concentrate their waking thoughts on what they should have done or what they could have done or what they would have done or what they can't do." Dennis Waitley. It's true. Mm-hmm. That's why you think positively. Thanks for listening. I'm positive we're going to have a great program. It's on the way.
Want to honor a veteran? Consider giving to Veterans Tickets Foundation, a national nonprofit who supports our currently serving military, veterans, and family members of those we've lost in action by providing them with free tickets to sporting events, concerts, performing arts, and family activities. VetTix is dedicated to giving back to those who gave us so much. Learn how you can help at vettix.org. VetTix.org.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Heidi, are you ready? Are you up to the task?
I am ready.
All right, tell me, is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Foothills, Phoenix, Arizona. Golf course or rehab center? Foothills,
Golf
Phoenix,
course.
Arizona. Golf course is correct.
Woohoo!
Golf clap for Heidi, everybody. Golf clap for
Thank you. Thank you.
Heidi.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday. We're getting to the time of year where we start planning for holiday parties and other events that often include alcohol. I encourage you to have some alcohol-free options as well. And if you are drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. Timeforrehab.com would love to connect you with someone who can be there for you or that loved one. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, we're here for you. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com. And this is your brain on drugs. A New York man may have netted nearly $73,000 selling counterfeit Apple products before he was arrested by Delaware State Police on Saturday. And this is not last Saturday. It's a while ago Saturday. I've got so many stories stacked up here, Heidi.
That's all right. That's all
I am
good.
probably 15 to 20 stories behind right now. State police say a 33-year-old man was arrested after he was pulled over for erratically switching into the Easy Pass lane. And then they found marijuana. They could smell marijuana in the vehicle, and he had all kinds of bad things going on here. A warrant searched the van. They found large amounts of counterfeit Apple products, including 31 Lightning USB cables, 5 sets of earbuds, 110 USB power adapters, and 91 iPhone 7s.
Wow.
Lighting cables. I don't know what that is. Anyway, he got in trouble because of all of the stuff that he had that was stolen, but he got in trouble in the first place for switching lanes and driving erratically and smelling of marijuana. So a lot of stuff going on in that
Busy
story.
day. That's a
It was
very busy day.
That's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. The Weeknd and Bella Hadid have rented a $60,000 a month apartment in New York City. Wow.
Who's The Weeknd?
He's a person, an actor, a singer. I was going to just roll through and pretend like I knew that. Heidi, the kids are going to think we're not cool.
They already know we're not.
$60,000 a month for their apartment in New York City. I wonder if that's a one-bedroom.
Or maybe they just rented it for the weekend.
No, he rented it for the weekend, but he is the weekend. The producers of The Simpsons are going to write the character Apu out of the show.
No, that makes me so sad.
There are people that are disappointed in the depiction of the character.
Are you kidding?
So,
He's been on how many years?
Almost 30. This is like season 30. So, and the
doesn't this just irritate the heck out of you?
If you start going through and looking at every other character on the show, there's a stereotype for just about everybody. So, The Simpsons. I predict The Simpsons will be gone soon.
It's ridiculous.
And friends close to Brad Pitt have told Page Six that his next wife definitely will not be a celebrity. So I don't know what that means.
That's nice.
I don't know what that means exactly. Thanks for listening to Big Screen, Little Screen.
Every day, approximately 23 U.S. military veterans take their own lives. Big Paws Canine Foundation is helping to decrease that number, providing service and companion dogs to our disabled veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Partnering a hero with a specifically trained dog significantly reduces the incidence of suicide, and your support makes all the difference. Find out how you can help our American heroes. Join the pack at BigPawsCanine.com.
Now your scoop of the day brought to you by FreshPatch.com, promo code RADIO. A new study by the creators of the ACT test found that scores for the class of 2018 have fallen to the lowest level in 20 years. Mm-hmm. So that's not good.
Yeah.
Kids are not studying. And here's the weird thing.
Know what's new? Common Core.
Oh, there you go. And I guess I tried to, our daughter is a senior in high school. A couple years ago, I tried to help her with math, and I was so confused. I was like,
yeah.
Okay, good news.
And you have to show all these ridiculous steps or they get it wrong, and it's impossible. It is impossible. I'm not surprised at all that
the scores are
dropping.
Not doing well. Uber Eats is hoping to deliver food by drone starting in 2021. So what does that mean? They would bring you food, pizza, and stuff like that, and it would be delivered by drone? I don't know. I
wouldn't want that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bad idea. The world's oldest intact shipwreck has been found at the bottom of the Black Sea. It's from 2,400 years ago. That's when it sank. World oldest intact shipwreck. Funny thing is, if you Google shipwreck, the election pops up. So it's the craziest thing. That's tomorrow, by the way. We don't talk politics here, though. Prince Harry says he wants the royal baby to be a girl.
That's nice.
We have. I'm thinking for a second here because we have a boy and we have a girl. They're both now. We have a young man and a young lady.
It's not like we have toddlers.
Our kids are about ready to leave us, like everybody else. They're like, we're going to move on. So, was it easier to raise our son or our daughter?
Our son.
Was it?
Oh, yes.
So what was the easier part about raising our son?
There was not anywhere near as much drama with him as we've had with our daughter.
Our daughter, and it's interesting because she has friends. She had a friend that stayed overnight this last weekend. I walked in, and I was being a wise guy when I said it, but it's kind of true. They were just fighting 2 days before that. So I was like, oh, what are you doing here? I thought you didn't like us anymore. So
I heard you say that. I was like, oh, wow.
And our daughter rolled her eyes at me. I was like, oh, I'll be quiet and leave the room now. Like all dads are supposed to do. And a Florida man was arrested for plotting to blow up a Target store. We're going to have more on that story later in the program because I've got the full story, but this was just the headline. I don't know why it's here. And a man needs hugs and cuddles, ladies. Research discovers that men happily admit that they need a big old hug as life gets hectic. It says hugs are the #1 mood changer for men and women.
Agreed.
Other mood changers include music and fresh air, a cup of coffee or tea, chatting with a friend, and watching a favorite movie. So, if you catch yourself in a bad mood, try one of those things. I suggest the hug first.
We hug a lot when we get stressed.
We do.
We hug a lot.
Here's the thing I thought was funny. The other day, you were leaving the house and you forgot something. I was walking into the kitchen and you gave me a hug for no particular reason. I was walking in, you were walking past me, you gave me a hug. I'm like, what's that for?
I don't have to have a reason to give you a hug.
What's the hug for? And you're like, I just forgot something. I got to go get it. I was like, okay. Did I get in your way? Was that your way of trying to throw me out of the way, but you decided to hug me instead? Didn't know exactly what was going on there. I was a little confused. And finally, a driver in China got in the way of trash collectors. He parked his vehicle blocking the garbage cans. So they decided to return the favor. When they were done dumping all the garbage from the cans, they surrounded his vehicle with 22 garbage cans. I think it's kind of funny. if you pull in and block where it says, not to park here because that's where the garbage truck needs to go to get the garbage, I think they had exactly what they had coming when they surrounded the vehicle with garbage cans. Don't you think?
Sure.
That's why it says don't park there.
What you got in that jug over there?
That is water with a little drink mix in it. So it's like flavored water.
Looks like something else.
It kind of looks gross, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. This is the Scoop of the Day on the John and Heidi Show.
Are you trying to find the perfect gift for someone with a good sense of humor? FunkyMonkeyShirts.com has a good selection of funny t-shirts and more. Some with Christmas themes. One that even replaces the ugly Christmas sweater for your next party. Find some silly shirts at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Also, learn how you can sell your own designs to make some extra Christmas cash. There's a link at the bottom of the page at FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. That's FunkyMonkeyShirts.com.
Thank you so much for listening to another Movie Star Monday. We've got Greg Sestero joining us right now, and you may remember Greg from a movie called The Room, and then he had a book that came out called The Disaster Artist, and then that book was turned into a movie. And Greg, tell me if I get this right. It's a book about a movie about a book, or something like that. Am I even close?
Something like that. I've stopped trying to figure the whole thing out. When The Room came out, I didn't think anybody would see it. Now 15 years later, here we are, and it's still selling out around the world. So I've kind of given up and trying to make sense of it and just try to, if that's what the audience wants, just roll with it.
And the cool thing is it has kind of a cult following. My son is sitting here with me right now. He's a big fan of that, and I was telling you a little bit ahead of time, that's how we first learned of you. And then he bought the book when The Disaster Artist came out. And it was like Christmas morning when he found out that was being turned into a movie. He was so excited. What was that like for you when you found out that they were making, a big screen version of your telling of this story? That had to be kind of cool.
First off, I was just excited that James Franco and Seth Rogan had read it. I thought that was amazing. And then to have them say they want to turn it into a film, I was blown away. I mean, my goal with the book was for it to become its own film. You star in a bad movie, you write a book about that experience, and then a good movie is made about that. I mean, I think that was the goal. And so it was incredible when they reached out. And I had a good feeling. I had a feeling like there was too many crazy people involved in this for something good not to happen.
And for those of you who are not familiar with the movie The Room, that's kind of what started it all. But then that movie was turned into, his experience, Greg's experience, was turned into the book The Disaster Artist, and then that's what that movie, The Disaster Artist, was made from. And the cool thing is, you're working with Tommy again. You guys just finished up a movie, Best Friends. Let's talk a little bit about that movie.
So we made a new movie called Best Friends 15 years later, and it's kind of a crime heist thriller. So imagine if you've seen The Room, Tommy and I doing a crime heist thriller. It's pretty strange, but you know what? It's out now on VOD, on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube. It's really something different, and I think it surprised a lot of people. I think it truly is a dark comedy. I know The Room was supposed to be a drama, which then became a dark comedy, but Best Friends is a really kind of a unique film that I really like because it takes Tommy seriously and it gives him a role that he fits into.
And Tommy Wiseau, for those of you who don't know who Tommy Wiseau is, he was the one that financed The Room and was kind of the star of the movie The Room. And, there's some people that think the guy's crazy. There are others that think he's a genius. And now you're in this movie with him, Best Friends. Are you guys in real life pretty good friends?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very unique friendship. We're opposites in every single way, except we both wanted to be in film. But I think we brought out in some strange way the best of each other, and I think that's the definition of what a friend is.
And then with the movie The Disaster Artist, your character was played by one Franco brother, and his character was played by another Franco brother. So I think that's kind of cool that, these two guys that are literally brothers get to play the two of you, even though you're, kind of polar opposites in a lot of ways. You were played by these two brothers who I think did a pretty darn good job, didn't they?
Yeah, I thought James and Dave Franco really captured the aspect in the friendship. I think James really kind of dove into the role with Tommy and tapped into that. And I think Dave, I think their relationship is kind of similar. I think they're both very close but different. And I think really a beautiful job of being sincere with the material.
That's really cool. Well, thank you for all that you've done, not just for, the book that you put out that I know a lot of people loved the book, The Disaster Artist, but I think it's really cool, the new movie, Best Friends, which is out right now. We're going to throw a link online to make it easy to find that. I think it's really cool that you and Tommy had a chance to work together on that. So thank you for taking the time to chat, and thank you for all that you're doing out there in Hollywood.
Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
And it's something that's kind of funny. My son's license plate is a personalized license plate, and it's "Oh, hi, Mark." So that tells you what a fan he is. Oh, hi, Mark.
Amazing.
So,
well, best of luck driving out there.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again, sir. You have a great day.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Again, Greg Sestero right there for our Movie Star Monday, and he's got a new movie out called Best Friends. He and Tommy Wiseau on the screen together again after 15 years. We're going to throw a link in the show notes to make it really easy to find that. Again, that's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Cows have best friends, and they get separated they get stressed out, rather, when they're separated. You know what they need to do?
Aww.
They need to hug, according to a story we read on the program
Isn't that
here
sweet?
earlier. Yeah, cows have best friends, and they get stressed when they get separated. I like that. Heidi is my best friend, and I get stressed when we get separated, too.
I do, too.
Even if I got to go, I'm going to go grab some coffee. Will you come with me?
Sure.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
FreshPatch.com is making dogs like me happy. They send out real grass pads for us to use indoors. Now when it's cold outside, I can go inside. And when I've used up the real grass patch, the mailman brings me a new Fresh Patch. It's the best idea since doggy treats. Convince your mommy to try it today. I suggest you try Puppy Dog Eyes. FreshPatch.com. Use promo code RADIO to save 10%. That's FreshPatch.com. Promo code RADIO.
Time now for the word of the day, and today's word is womblecropped. Womblecropped. What do you think womblecropped means?
I honestly couldn't even begin to tell you.
It's a weird word.
Bizarre word.
WAMBLECROPT. Womblecropped is having a rumbling stomach or sickly. So have you ever, my stomach is very womblecropped. That's what it is. Overcome with indigestion is also womblecropped. I'm going to give you guys a quick little trick that I learned on Facebook, and I've tried it, and it actually works. I would have issues like my wife over here would make some spicy meatballs. You'd make some sort of...
I've never made spicy.
Okay, but you made spicy food. You make something that's really spicy and delicious, and I am a glutton and I eat too much of it. And then I would have like this, my tummy's not feeling good. But pickle juice sounds weird. Somebody was saying, just drink some pickle juice. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I tried it. I was like, that is amazing. So I don't know why it does what it does, but it somehow counteracts the stomach acid. It's amazing. I don't know why it works. It just does. Thanks for listening. This has been today's Weird Word.
Want to honor a veteran? Consider giving to Veterans Tickets Foundation, a national nonprofit who supports our currently serving military, veterans, and family members of those we've lost in action by providing them with free tickets to sporting events, concerts, performing arts, and family activities. VetTix is dedicated to giving back to those who gave us so much. Learn how you can help at vettix.org. VetTix.org.
Now some weird news from the Weird News File here. Alain Robert, also known as the French Spider-Man, he's been banned from climbing buildings in Britain now as well. He was arrested for trying to scale one of London's tallest towers about a week ago without ropes. He's 56 years old. He's a grandfather.
Holy cow.
He appeared in magistrate court in London last week where he pled guilty to causing a public nuisance, received a 20-week suspended sentence and a $7,000 fine, was barred from climbing all buildings in Britain, quote, until further notice, end quote. Shouldn't that just go without saying?
So does he do this in a Spider-Man costume, or are they only calling him that because he's scaling buildings?
It doesn't say in the story. He says
it really should. That's kind of an important
detail. You are demonstrably an accomplished climber, but there is always the danger that your actions could be imitated by those less proficient with potential fatal consequences, end quote. He took an hour to climb a 46-floor, 755-foot-tall Heron Tower. He immediately handed waiting police officers his passport, the number for his lawyer, and then he was arrested. It's like, let me guess.
He knew it was coming.
Let me guess. You guys want to arrest me. This happens a lot. I am the French Spider-Man.
Oh, my goodness.
Thanks for listening to some weird news on the John and Heidi Show. Time now for your moment of duh. Buckle up, Heidi. This is a weird one here. A man who's been driving on a suspended license since 1999 has been arrested one more time. He was pulled over when they noticed a crack in his windshield, and it wasn't just a little crack. It was a giant smashed big crack on the driver's side of his windshield. So they pulled him over, and that's when they learned that he had over 380 current suspensions. And 45 active warrants for his arrest.
So I hope they didn't just say, okay, have a good day, on your way.
Well, it was not his poor driving that caused him to get pulled over, but it was an issue with the vehicle. 2:30 in the morning, October the 16th, an officer noticed the vehicle had the burnt-out license plate lamp and also had the big busted-up windshield. Anyway, 40-year-old Detroit resident Gerald Rashad Grant is the one that's been arrested. And
wow.
I cannot believe that. The officer said, I've had a lot of people that I've pulled over who have had more than 100 suspensions, but prior to Grant, I've never seen anyone with over 300 suspensions. So 380 suspensions, 45 active warrants, and he's been doing this since 1999. How long is he going to go to jail this time, and then they're just going to let him out, and he's going to go drive again? The good news is, at least he's not dangerous. He wasn't driving bad. He was just driving a vehicle that was all busted up.
Well, his license is suspended for something dangerous.
I don't know. The last two was just, minor little vehicle issues,
wow.
But still, bad idea. Thanks for listening to today's Moment of Da.
Every day, approximately 23 U.S. military veterans take their own lives. Big Paws Canine Foundation is helping to decrease that number, providing service and companion dogs to our disabled veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Partnering a hero with a specifically trained dog significantly reduces the incidence of suicide, and your support makes all the difference. Find out how you can help our American heroes. Join the pack at BigPawsCanine.com.
Time now for Fake News or Florida. This is where I read a story to my beautiful bride, Heidi, and I ask her if this is a true story that happened in the great state of Florida, or is it made up to just trick her? All right, Heidi, tell me, fake news or Florida? A Gainesville man was arrested for shoplifting when he stuck $100 worth of iced coffee down his pants at a Circle K. Fake news or Florida?
Florida.
It is a true story. Doggone it. Thought I'd trick you there. $100 worth of iced coffee? What in the world how would you do that? Iced coffee is not expensive, so...
Well, it kind of is.
Is it? Well, I guess if you buy the little bottles of it,
bottles of it from the cooler, yeah.
So what are those, like $3 a piece?
4 or 5, depending on what kind he's getting.
No kidding? So even if it's 5, that's 20
that's still
bottles.
A lot, yeah.
Where would you stick 20? He must have had baggy pants.
Well,
had to.
I mean, this is why he got caught.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir.
Clanking, because they're usually glass bottles, too. So pants would have been heavy and clank, clank.
There seems to be a problem. No, there's no problem. I just need to get out of here. Quick, it's chilly in here. Thanks for listening to Fake News or Florida. This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I'm going to give Heidi a choice. You tell me, Heidi, after becoming the largest European city to offer free public transit, they're enjoying a revolution from their buses, or political opponents stun voters when they perform unexpected duet in display of camaraderie. Which story shall we choose today?
Let's do the first one.
Oh, hey, good. Then we're going to do the other one tomorrow on Election Day. How's that sound?
All right.
All right. So the first story that you've skipped numerous times, by the way.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's like you don't want to hear this story, Heidi.
I am.
You got something
I
against
am on
this
the
kind
edge
of
of
good
my
news?
seat.
You better be. It's coming your way. In 3, 2, here we go. Here's the story. It has been a month now. Well, a little more than that because Heidi keeps putting the story off. But it's been over a month since the Dunkirk area became the largest European city to provide free public transportation to the masses. And it's had an amazing impact on the community. All of the buses in this French city are free for visitors and residents alike. The fleet includes 140 buses, many of which now run on green energy sources and have free Wi-Fi. Since the city of 200,000 adopted the buses, they've become a community hotspot for trivia events, social activities, even celebrity appearances.
Wow.
It says studies have shown, in addition to reducing air pollution within the port city limits, free public transportation has also increased mobility among older and younger residents and increased feelings of freedom. I think it's kind of neat. It says here, I never used the bus before. It was too much bother getting tickets or a pass. Now I leave the car at home and I take the bus to work, to and from work. It's so easy, they say. So a lot of news outlets talking about this, several of them a while ago, back when we first started reading, trying to read the story. But then Heidi kept passing it and saying she didn't want to hear.
I'm sorry.
It is a good story. It's
nice.
a neat story. I've got a link to it in the good news section of today's show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Movie Star Monday.